Hello, class.
Good evening, Professor.
Hello, Professor.
Professor.
Good evening, Professor.
Good evening, everyone. Go ahead, download the file attached to Reflection 1, and I'm going to show you where to find it. Let me find my browser first. This is the, no, not this one. So I will show you, it's linked on. All right, so this is IT 432. Go ahead, down here, it's Reflection 1 that we're doing in week 4. And then we're gonna have one in the next learning period. So this is for analysis. Reflection 1, there is a file attached to it. Go ahead, open the file, and then you're gonna be on Colab doing on a program, working on a program like the one I have in front of you. So what we're doing is a concept map. We're gonna connect concepts together. I'm just playing with the font size and everything. The concepts that we've learned in class, connect them together and give a meaningful label to the connection. So this is one that I've made, and I think that's too big. I'm just gonna try to make sure the notes are visible, and I have to make my picture larger. And here I'm saying association classes are connected to many association. There is a label for it. I have given the label. The label is association classes store information about quality of many associations. So I have that label, but it's not showing up yet because I have to write another line of code. The code is very simple and it's not copy and pasteable, so you have to write the code. We're using two libraries from Python. One of them is allowing you to create directed graphs with the nodes and directed links. And the other one allows you to draw. So that's the two libraries we're using. You're gonna add your concepts like this. And then you're gonna add edges. So you're gonna have multiple lines for edges. And you can do all your concepts in one single instruction. So what is it that we're doing? We're gonna connect concepts. Let me go to my whiteboard and just give you, this is a concept map. So let's say I'm gonna do waterfall. Or you're gonna pick your own 8 to 10 concepts. So let's say I'm gonna do waterfall, and then I'm gonna do SDLC phases. So I'm gonna say SDLC phases. So I'm gonna pick two concepts. And the only difference is that you're gonna do it with Python. And you used to do it paper and pencil for the first reflection and do Python for the second reflection. But because we're far away from each other, it's just easier to create it on the program because it's easier for you to share it with me. So waterfall is follows a sequential approach. A sequential approach to SDLC phases. So the label that you give is your creative production, because the label should be in a way that carries something that you learned in this class by connecting two concepts. So I'm saying waterfall follows a sequential approach to SDLC. I need a 2. So when I start with this node, node A, go to node B, read A, label plus label plus node B. It should give me a logical statement about what we've learned. So that's your creative part. The code is easy. I will help you with the code. You just need to pick your concepts and then try adding the edges. And then I really want you to see see what you've learned and try to make a sense, like make a map of them, because we started with projects and success factors and classic mistakes. Then we went to data modeling, then we jumped to requirements modeling, then we did process modeling, different smaller topics inside these big categories. I want you to try to understand what has happened to you, what have you learned, how these things are related. So it's a concept map. It's a tool that we use for reflection on what we've learned, and you're going to do it on Python. Is everybody up to speed with where we are on Google Colab? And I have given you the example of categories that you can, let's see here. These are the categories of things that you can identify concepts within.
Should we download the Google Colab, Professor?
No, it's a cloud-based service.
Okay.
You just click on the
Use
link.
Okay.
There is a link there. For the future, you can use any Python editor, but I used to work with Spider on Anaconda. So if that's your choice, that's good too. This is Google Colab. It has added some features, so I think it has become easier to work with. So here I'm gonna add the labels. Who needs my help to get started? Who isn't? What?
Oh, I think I need help. I think I missed like the first 2 minutes, so I'm not into.
So do you know where to find the guide for today? It's
I'm not really.
Here. Go to, let me see. Here, go to ReggieNet. Your module 1, when you scroll down, there is reflection.
Okay.
So you're gonna go to that and download the instructions.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. This is from last time I worked with Google Colab. There has been some good features, so it's good. You're gonna enjoy it.
Where do we actually write the code, Professor? I mean, when we come to this Colab research?
File new notebook.
Okay, I get an error saying.
Saying what?
Just give me a minute.
Let's see if I got association.
It says there was error loading this notebook. Ensure that the file is accessible and try again. Could not create a new notebook as you have exceeded your drive storage quota. Oh my God.
Do you have another Gmail account?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Switch your Gmail account.
Okay.
Association classes. So this is network NX and draw network. I'm not getting one. Yeah, let me just. Let me see, what have I done wrong? This part wrong. Okay. This part. If anybody has trouble getting started, please let me know. And I'm gonna start growing my own network. You grow your own network. Everybody should have 8 to 10. As long as you can make one of them work like this, 2 concepts related with a label, then you can take your time till Sunday to submit the completed network. Who has an issue getting started? No one?
I think, I don't know. I'm using Spider, but what I'm getting, I don't know if it is right.
Sorry, can you speak louder? What are you using?
Okay. Yes, I'm using Spider, but the diagram, what I'm getting, I don't know if it's right.
Go ahead, show me. Share your screen.
Okay. It's turning upside down like this. I was expecting it to be straight. Yes. I'm here to put in
What have you?
the notes.
What? So what? This is good. What's your question?
I was expecting it to be straight as presented in the question.
In a what? Did
I
you?
was expecting it to be straight as presented in a question. I don't know.
You're expecting it to be presented in a question?
I think my internet is not stable, so
Do you want to start adding your own concepts? This is what it's supposed to look like. But you need your own concept.
okay. Yes.
Professor?
Yes.
Okay, so we need to type down all the code which which is there in the research. I mean, which is in the PDF file you have sent, and type in our own use case names or our labels, right, ma'am?
Not on your own use case, then your own concept. So
Yeah.
instead of mine, so when I added node on line 11, you would add your own nodes.
Okay, so basically we have to type it in, right? No copy and paste. Yeah,
yes. Yeah.
Okay,
if somebody copy and pasted, maybe they got the code.
No, I'm just asking. Yeah, double check.
Yeah, it's as far as I know, it's not copy pastable, but I don't know how Eric had done it. It's
okay.
We can change, I mean, convert
So I
PDF
was just
to,
typing.
yeah, PDF to Word.
But the PDF, so I should have shared the Word file.
Yeah, then we'll be able to copy. Yeah, right.
Even my Word file is a picture. It's not copy and pastable, so I don't know. I hope you don't.
Yeah, I think it's a picture, so I'll just
it will
type
take a
in
while for me.
the color.
I hope you choose to write yourself. That's my hope. Okay.
Yeah.
So then I'm gonna start growing my own network, adding my own new concepts. And if you wanted to ask me questions, just share your screen, and then I know you're asking questions. Just have one of them work and show me, and then I'll know how you grow it. Shivani, are you working?
Yes, I'm working. Like I'm just typing the code only.
Perfect.
Yeah. So I'm trying to do the first which you have shown in the diagram, and then I'll add my attributes. First, I'll just achieve this thing.
No, you don't necessarily see the nodes. These nodes, do you see?
ಹೋಗಿ plug ಮಾಡು.
Yeah, this would be your own node. So your own list of nodes. So line 11, and you can skip my comments for sure. You don't have to write the same comments. But see, line 11 is the list of concepts. So that those will be your own concepts. You don't have to do mine first. Just write your own concepts.
Okay.
So like here, I'm adding some other concept, 8 to 10 of them, and you should connect them together. So don't, and they should be separated obviously by this. So domain, model, class, diagram.
So this line of code is for the circles down we are getting, right?
Yes, nodes, exactly. You add all your nodes up here, but for the edges, for the links, because each of them has a separate label, so you may have to do one single line. Or you could do them all together, but I decided to just do one single line for each edge, for each link. And that's line number 16.
16.
Yes. So basically, skip the comments. You have line 2, 5, 8 that you have to write. And then you go to number 11, you add your concepts. And then you jump to number 16, you add edges, as many as you need to.
Okay.
So don't feel like you have to write my comments. The comments are there.
Comments I'm not writing.
I'm telling everyone, just the comments are there for you to just read. And if you wanted to add them later, you can, but not now. So I'm adding concepts, so process. It should be some of the things we've discussed in class. And it happens that CRUD, C-R-U-D, we still haven't talked about it in class. So don't get confused. So activity diagram. Maybe were we able to do enter? Yes, in Python. I think so. Okay, and I want to do another edge. I'm gonna mute myself and just write. Just class, when you add association, the spelling, the capital letter, small letter, spaces should be exactly as the one that you've used in your notes. So maybe it's just safer to copy and paste your notes when you add edges, because if you make a mistake, small mistakes, the edges will not show up. Okay, Kavita, show me where you are. Share your screen.
Professor, just give me a minute. Sorry.
Okay.
So I was just.
Sure. Have you? Sure. Okay, so you're gonna run this.
Yeah.
Go ahead, run it. Oh, you still haven't drawn. Okay, good.
No, not actually. Not fully,
Sure.
Professor.
Okay, that's good. Go ahead, add edges from, what's the problem there, label?
Invalid syntax. I mean, I was still writing.
You have an extra, I think, an extra parenthesis. So here, in the middle of the line, the parenthesis is extra, before label. Yes.
Okay, here?
Yeah, that one is, you don't need that.
But I've opened it here, right?
The parentheses, no, you close it.
This is not required.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Right? Okay.
Anita, share with me what you have. Anita, share. Are you able to share? Go ahead, Matthew, you share. Also, you have your concepts, CRUD. We haven't talked about CRUD yet, but you remember it from your undergrad years? Okay, so CRUD, use case, SDLC, waterfall, agile development, functional requirements, non-functional requirements. So you have 2, 4, 6, 7. Remember, you need 8 to 10. So add one more. CRUD, you have that. You're connecting that. Good. So just run it once and show me the chart once. Good. You have one of the labels in already, and the other labels should be added. Good job. Go, Churchill, show me where you are.
I'm still typing, but let me show you where.
Yep, show me.
This is where I am. I'm still typing.
So still typing, add notes from just one node.
Yes, please. I'm just.
And the node should be a list. If you say add nodes from, I think that should be a list. So you have brackets around it.
Okay, here.
Yeah, bracket around use case. Because when you say nodes from, it should be a list. It should be a bracket around use case. Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead, add it. Not parentheses, brackets.
Brackets?
Yeah, the one that shows on my code, you know, the straight line.
I'm coming. Yes.
Go ahead, look at my code. Add that because that's a list and it should have brackets around it. Let's look at Aisha. Aisha, where is yours?
Oh, okay, okay.
Yes, Professor, I can share my screen.
Go ahead, share.
Professor, I just did whatever you did. I was just trying to alter it a little bit.
Go ahead. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job. Just make sure you rename your file and share it with me.
Yes, Professor, sure.
Everybody else does the same too.
Professor, I do see a name error here. I don't know.
Is not edge labels. Add NX raw network X edges labels. It says edge labels. What's the name? Edge network X. What is wrong here? Labels. Or maybe it's the one at the edge, the one that is inside the parentheses. What is that? Edge labels.
Yes, Professor. It's edge labels.
And then edge labels.
Labels.
What's not edge labels is not defined. Oh, you have added. Oh no. NX get edge attributes. Let me just stare at the code one more time. Edge
Okay.
NX. Let me see. Can I get control?
Yeah.
I can't. Can you give me control? I can't ask for it.
Yeah.
I'm not on your program page. I don't see that option for me, but that's okay. Font size equal to. So there is an error there. Those are equal
Yeah.
sign. Fix those.
Okay, this one.
The other one is equal sign, label pose. The one just before it. So font size,
Okay.
that's
Okay,
equal
this
sign.
one.
And the other one is also equal sign before that. Yes, that's edge labels. Yes. Try to run it again. I don't see the squiggly lines. Yeah, I think it worked. Go ahead. Yeah, you see the label. Good job.
Thank you, Professor.
You're welcome. Shivani, go ahead. Show me yours.
Ma'am, I have created it, but I'm not like label is not coming. Let me share my screen. Able to see?
SDLC, network edges. You don't have the line. You missed a line.
Yeah.
Good job. That line number 17, you haven't, no. You have it up there. It should be down there or
This one.
Yeah, I think that's good. But the label is actually not capitalized. Just make it a small. I think it should be small.
Okay.
Yes, run it again, see if you can see, or it was.
Yes, it is coming now.
Okay, Python doesn't have semicolon, so we're very grateful for that. But it has capital small, That's one we're not grateful for. So good job. I'm so grateful it doesn't have a semicolon. Who's next? Pranavi, go ahead, share. So you're writing, go ahead, scroll down. CRUD identifies use cases. We actually, CRUD, yeah, I'm gonna accept that. Usually CRUD is used as a complementary method to make sure no use cases are left out. So that's why I said helps with identifying. But I'm gonna accept this for you. You're gonna change, look at the line that you add nodes. You're gonna make your own nodes. You have 2 nodes, 1 link. You need 8 to 10 nodes. So keep up the good work.
Yes,
Eric,
Professor, I'm working on it.
Okay, Eric, what do you have? Somehow you had my code written. Did you get it from all the previous students? Eric? Pranav, go ahead, share. Go ahead, share.
Still writing. I'm still here.
Yep, good. Okay, so let me look at your edges. So let me look at, so you have association class, M2M association, domain model, class diagram, activity diagram, sequence diagram. Go ahead to the right. And remember, we haven't talked about sequence diagram yet. We've talked about system sequence diagram. So you have to say system sequence diagram. We're reflecting on what we've learned so far. Go ahead, scroll to the right. I don't see all of your things. So like, oh, maybe, let me see. I have your pictures. So Hale, you can add all these edges with one label. I don't think all these things are connected, okay? And when you create labels, let me show you something, Pranav. Let me show you. Let me see. When you add labels, first of all, this is, I have a tuple.
Yeah.
Only one, and they're in parentheses. It means that these two are connected.
Okay.
But so if you add multiples of these with one label, all of them will be given the same label.
Okay.
For that reason, and probably there is a way to do that with a list of labels, but it's easier to add one edge at a time and give it its unique label. See? Give it its unique label. And the edges here, because I set edges from, it's a list, and the list contains tuples, but here it just contains one concept and the second one and the label. Yes, and that's add edge, not
Add
edges.
edge.
Yes.
So the first one is add edges from, the second one continues with add edges.
Yeah, that one I added in the old days. I thought I'm gonna have more than one edge, but
Okay.
this is helping with unique labels. Both of them add edges, one of them from a list, one of them only one.
Okay. I got it now.
Sure. Kelvin, what do you have? And I'm gonna require everyone to do on Google Colab and send the link to me, just because I don't want you to copy paste code from older semesters submissions. They used to work on Spider. So I'm gonna require Google Colab submission. You're tricking me. Kelvin, go ahead, share.
Oh, I'm still typing, Prof. I was
Show
a
me.
bit off.
It's okay, show me what you have.
So
good. So you have concept association classes, M2M association, waterfall, not water development. We're not developing water. Waterfall, SDLC, process modeling, activity diagram, system sequence diagram. Good. And you have one edge and you're typing in the last line. Perfect. So who is next? Daniel? Daniel, share what you have. So you have a bunch of nodes, but you still don't have your labels out, do you? No edges? Oh yeah, one label. So you're waiting for other edges. Good. So you're working on it. Subclass, oh, good concept. So the concepts that Daniel is using, some of the more recent concepts, subclass, abstract, concrete, superclass, UML, methods, good. So you focused on domain model, class diagram, and domain modeling, really good. Daniel and everyone, make sure you play with some of the parameters, like you can change the layout. I have the circular layout. I used to see students play with the layout and come up with different ways of doing the nodes, showing them. Like I show the nodes in a circle, you can change them to look different. And like Daniel, you can play with colors. Really good job. Who has
I'm a little lost on the label.
On the label, so you have to give it a meaningful label. Let's pick two of the concepts, subclass and superclass. So a superclass may have multiple subclasses. So you would connect superclass on the left. Make sure it's spelled exactly the same as you have noted in your notes, and then add subclass, and then can have one or more subclasses. Can have one or more. That's it. That's it. Because you read superclass and you read the label and you read the subclass, it makes a logical sense. Superclass can have one or more subclasses. Let's go, let's see it. Okay, perfect. And the direction, do you see the arrow? Does it show the arrow at the end? It's hard for me to see.
Yes.
Okay, good. So
Right.
you just, yes.
So then I'll copy about 5 or 6 of these
Yes, as
as from one to, okay, all right.
yeah, and then make sure the label is your creative work, because you have to come up with labels that make that statement logical based on your knowledge. So don't get confused if coming up with a label is difficult. It's actually the most difficult part of this process. Let's see. Daniel have done, Kavita has shown, Churchill has shown, Matthew, Shivani, Aisha, Chingy, you haven't shown yet.
Yeah.
Crowd helps. Okay, are you gonna give us the rest of it? Yep. So are you gonna work to make your network bigger? Okay, good. Work on it. Good job. So you have the first part, add your own concepts. You have to have 8 to 10 concepts.
Okay.
And then add your labels and edges. Good job. So add more. You can keep these 2 and add 6 to 8 more.
Sure.
Add notes. Who else has it? Eric, are you going to show me? Yes.
I think my machine froze, so I had to restart it.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you to go on Colab. Yes. Just get your code to the Colab.
Oh, okay. I think I first opened that, but when I saw from the question that we could use Spider, I already have that installed to my machine. So I went on it and typed everything.
So let me see what you have. Association class M2. Let me see. Maybe I accept it from you. Because you were too fast. I was wondering if you've
yeah, so
how you were too fast.
I was working. So I was working in the afternoon. So when I went on the Reginet, I saw you posted it. So I started typing it in.
Good job. Good job. Nice. So let's see. Good job. So let me see some of your labels. Oh, you have ages association class to M2. Let me activity diagram, functional requirements. Show me your code, Eric.
Oh, okay. So,
yes. So how is it activity diagram is used for functional requirements? Activity diagram is used for process modeling. You don't have process modeling, do you?
process modeling.
No. Use case diagram is, so when you stay on line 14,
Okay. Okay.
Change that to use case diagram. Because remember, you're trying to make meaningful connection. I don't think these two are connecting. So change activity diagram to use case diagram. Same spelling, same spacing as you have in your notes. Use case diagram. And then change the label is used for modeling, Yes, is used for modeling functional requirements. That's good. Let's go to, no, you don't add that. That's already in the other node. Yes.
Okay.
So you start with on one node, you read the node and you read the other node. It should be a good sentence. I don't see the need to see it run. You can look at it later. Stay on line 17. It says association class, M2M association. So complete that. It's used for showing qualities of, that's it. And the line that says edge labels equal to something, you don't have to repeat that. You just have to have it once. So delete number 15, delete number 15, 15, 1, 5, delete it. So you just need that once. Yeah, you just write that once, not multiple times. The only line that you're repeating is the adding the edge. Okay, good.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Who hasn't shown yet? Everybody has shown? Yes?
No, ma'am, it's me, Anita.
Oh,
I
you.
d- yeah, I had problem with the labels. I just
Go ahead, show me.
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen.
Yeah.
I did the edges, but the label, the connection here. So it's not coming, even though I mentioned here.
Because it's not coming. Let me see. Can I take control?
So do I need to give you as a remote control for you, ma'am?
Yeah, I just asked.
Okay. Yeah, I got it.
Thank you. So let me. So the edges don't show up. So this line is not working. You don't even see the edges, but you have agile mini STLC phases. Are they?
No, Agile contains many. It's a part of. I mean, the MIDI SDLC phases will be there for every Agile, and it's an iterative and incremental approach.
Yeah. So you want to say agile, iterative, and incremental approach. Mini ST phases. Can you make that a meaningful connection statement? Because when I read this one. What did you do? What did I do?
I didn't do anything there.
Control Z.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you read agile and the label and this one, it should be a meaningful statement. That's something for you to think about. But let me look at the coding and see what's missing. So I see that you have the edges and there is the edge attribute. The label is label. Figure is there. If anybody else is looking at this code and recognizes what we have missed, please let us know. There is, I think, with labels. Yeah, with labels is for. It's not in Agile mini basis. I wonder, is this the same?
Is it because she has given color as white and it's not visible?
Oh, did it? Oh, thank you.
Thank you. So let's
so
see.
I thought it is the edge of that label. It's not okay.
Go ahead. Change that. Let's see. Okay, let's try.
Yeah.
So the labels still don't show up.
This one, yeah, the label shouldn't. Is there anything color anywhere I have to do?
Again, edge attributes. Maybe try to change the color, see what happens. Font color you can add to your, yes, to that line. Let's change that to something else if it's, I don't think so, but let's try. No, we are missing the label for some other reason. Add edges from edge labels, NX get edge attributes, CM. Go scroll up a little bit. So we're adding the nodes. Yes, you have a list of nodes, 2 nodes, and you have the edge and the label. Edge labels. Anybody is able to see what we're missing? Class? Iterative and incremental. I'm not able to see what's wrong. Arrows to node size, node color with labels. And network X edge label. The raw network X edge labels you impose.
Actually, on the label, we should have got iterative and incremental approach, right, Professor? That's what we're looking at.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, here we need to
Yeah.
have the label. What we have written is agile and incremental. It is an iterative and incremental approach, right?
Right.
That's the one we are looking at. It's.
Yeah.
Do we need to change any of the position here, ma'am?
Oh, that's one, change that because that shows the space. So change that to 2 maybe.
2.
2 or 5. Oh, it's there. Yes, the label is there. It's my number is 0.5. Add it to 0.5. Yeah, it seems that it's maybe written somewhere else.
Yeah.
Ah, right.
Thank you.
That was it.
It was the position of the label.
That matters.
Yeah.
So it seems
Thank
that it's the space from the starting node, I think.
Oh, okay.
So and then when you had it 10, it was
It was
under
all the way.
Pushing it.
Yeah.
Right.
Good. Okay, you're good.
Yeah. Thank you.
Add more edges.
Okay.
What I wanted to say is that class, when you change the code, let me show you my code. So you just add, this is the only one that you may have to repeat. You add your nodes all in once, but you add edges with different attributes as label here. You don't need to repeat this one. So this one doesn't need to be repeated. No, not just. This one doesn't need to be repeated. Let me see, I have a chat. Why is not showing? Okay, go ahead, share, Kelvin. So named network X. It should be network X. Wherever you said network, it should go at the end, one before last line. One before last line. So you look at your last line of code.
Okay, this one.
No, one before it.
Okay.
So it should be network X. You said network.
Oh, okay.
That's one. Try to do that. And then there is one else. X. What is that? So add X. Add X there. There is one other thing. Let me see. It says no module network X. Up there, importing network X as NX. Up first line. Try to run it now. So NXD graph, G is capitalized.
Okay. Oh.
G. Yeah. Python is case sensitive. Run it again. Let's see. Next, network edges. Edge labels is not defined. You on line, after you say yes, that should be edge labels, L capitalized on the left. Yes, L capitalized. Okay, run again. There is also the raw network X edge labels got an font size, not front size. F-O-N-T, not F-R-O-N-T.
Oh, my bad.
That's okay. Run again. Okay, let's see. Okay. Yep, it's working. So try to add more edges and more labels.
Okay, thank you, Prof.
You're welcome. Who is next?
Professor, can I share my screen?
Oh, you haven't shared yet? Yes, go ahead. All righty. So good. Go. Okay, you're working. Do you have any questions for me, or you're just working?
I'm just working.
Good, good, good. Class, your creative contribution are the labels, okay? Pay attention to the labels. Good, good job. And make sure you change the name of the file. It would be lab or reflection 1 _ your name. And then you want to make sure you share the link with me. You share the file with me for your submission. Anybody else wants to show something?
Sorry, share the file on Reginet for the assignment, right, Professor?
Yes, on Sunday. The deadline is Sunday.
Right, yeah.
I have one I can share.
Go ahead, share. Oh, addresses, customer.
I can zoom out.
So, you know, start with one node, read the node label, read the edge label, read the other node's label, and see if it reads well. Go. Go ahead, do that for one of the edges. For functional requirement and SDLC, read that for me.
Let's see. To SDLC addresses customer needs.
SDLC, is that a good statement, Matthew? So functional requirements, addresses customer needs during SDLC or in earlier phases of SDLC. It has to be a full logical statement. Okay. So I want you to do the same practice with all of them. Read and see if the statement is complete. Let's do one. SDLC creates a dynamic project plan, agile development. So you have
goes the other way.
Goes the other way, but the arrow is this way.
Right.
So just look at all of the labels one more time and directions one more time, and you can just look at the code because the lines of codes you have used to add edges, they have the same statements. So you can do that. Just review once more before submitting.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So same for everyone. You have to read from the beginning using the labels, and the statement should be complete and logical. Go ahead, Daniel.
All right. I added some labels. What I can't figure out is I've got this little node over here all by itself, subclass. So it's twice.
It came twice because maybe you have spelled it differently. So let's see how you spelled it when you added a node subclass. And then how did you spell it when you added edge? You spelled it differently. Did you notice?
Now I do.
Okay. Okay, read one of your statements. Read one of your statements.
So let me see, it's running. Class can be abstract.
Exactly.
Class might have methods.
Might have, some of them don't have.
Maybe, no, maybe not. I mean, it doesn't have to have. So that's why I said might. Then same with attributes. Class might have attributes. UML diagram contains the methods, contains attributes. Superclass can have one or more subclasses.
It seems that all your statements are complete statements, so they read well, but you don't have the most creative labels.
No, I tried to have them just basic right ones.
Yeah, they all
So-
make complete statements and they're logical. If you wanted to just review one more time and make them more specific, for example, if you wanted to make UML, instead of saying UML, say a domain model class diagram, because UML is a language. It has multiple
For all of the
diagrams.
different diagrams. Okay.
Exactly.
all right.
So you can say a UML domain model class diagram. Just review one more time, but it seems that you got the idea. You
Right.
know what?
Now you say when we share this link with you, we just how do we do that in here? I'm not.
You
used
just
to-
share it, submit your Colab file link. So just submit it on RegNet.
So copy this up here.
When you press share, just like any other Google document. that you share.
Oh, over here. Share.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So you would share, and there should be a copy link option.
Get that
yeah?
link and send to you. Okay.
Just like any other, copy link down there, and then give me, I think, some permission to run it. So let's see. This is restricted. Let's see what other option it has. Editors can change viewers and counters to download, print, and copy. I want to be able to run it. So
Right.
share the link on the chat and see. I'm gonna try to see with the restricted permissions, am I able to run it? Let me check. I'm gonna copy and paste. No, I don't have access. So you have to give me more permissions, I think. It says no request access. So change that, make it more open, and we'll try again. Anybody has anything you want to see, you want me to see? Let's look at this other link that you've sent. Yep, I think I can run it now. Run anyway. Yep. So what did you do? Can you show your classmates what type of sharing? Go ahead, share your screen. This is how you're gonna send the link, everyone. Look at Daniel's page. Share. And change the settings.
Yeah. So when you first do it, it'll say restricted. Click change down there. So this will be. Let me see if I can change it back.
So anyone with the link has viewing. So you just shared with me a viewer,
Right.
yes, and it works.
No, I think that's a view. So hold on, let me share this
You
one more
shared-
time. Usually I think it'll be.
I cannot, I don't think I can edit it. I can, or no, I can. Yep. The code you've sent me, I can edit.
Okay, so right now anybody can view if we change.
I think a viewer is enough.
Yeah.
Try that again. I think you sent me the same link and it works. Copy link, send it again. I'll close my browser and open it again. So this is the third link. Yeah, I think that's the same. I just need to be a viewer. and it creates a version of it on my side. Yep, a viewer is enough. Yep, that's good. So change the setting, make it to anyone with the link can view, and then I would be able to run. It shouldn't be restricted, just like it is by default. I don't think that's the same setting as we see for Google Docs or Excel sheets. They only have the viewer or editor or commentator. Anybody wants to share their work? You have any creative labels, funny labels, just enough labels? Oh, I forgot to tell you about an event on Monday. Let me share that. Have you heard about the Monday 7 to 8 p.m. talk by, let me have that up. I forgot to share it with my other students, so I'm gonna send them an email, but let me share it with you while we're here. And you can get 1 extra credit hours if you attend. Here's the event. Making sure it's big enough for you to see. So, or maybe I just share it on this screen. This is the event class. Do you see it? Do you still see it? Or
Or no?
Do you see it now?
Yes, Professor.
So these are 2 IS alumni, and they want to talk about their experience as Amazon or AWS employees. So you can go ahead and RSVP for the event, and then you get the Zoom link. I'll be there too. And then if you show up, you can get 1 extra credit if you can't show up. I'll make an announcement about this also to remind you on Friday. Any questions about this?
Professor,
Yes.
can you please share this email with us or the link?
The email?
Yeah.
Or do you want me to just copy and paste the link and then I'll
link will also work.
Yeah, and then I'll send you an email too. Let me download the file and I'll do that. Let me work on this. Let's see here. How do I? Let me double check how I can have this file. To everyone, so I'm gonna place the link here, but also I will make an announcement with the attachment so you can see it. I'll do that tomorrow. So if you forget between now and tomorrow, you can do it tomorrow. Anybody wants to show a network they have? Do you think you can do it? 8 to 10 concepts. Churchill, what do you have? Churchill.
I'm having a lot of errors.
Okay, let me debug. Let me debug. So if you've showed me your work and you feel comfortable, you can leave. But if you want me to debug, I'm happy to debug. Go ahead, share your file, Churchill, and I'll be happy to help. So PLT dot figure, yes? Is there a dot there? Dot figure.
Okay.
That's one error. You didn't have so many. What's so many? Go ahead, run it. Fixes figure, PLT figure. So PyPlot, oh, let me have my code up here just to make sure. PLT figure, what are we missing here? Fix size. Oh, that's 8, comma 8, not 8.8.
Oh, okay. It's light.
Go ahead, run it. And label, what is the error now? PLT, label, pose. So just remind me, everyone, what do we create a new line on Python? This is a new line, yes? I thought we can just do that. Just move it back up. Move it back up to the first line. I thought it's just an enter. Go ahead. I think that's the only thing. Go ahead, but you should be able to do a new line. It wasn't the problem. So the problem is
Professor.
Fonts. Yes.
In that the screen where we have an edge label, the edge underscore labels is repeated 2 times after the POS.
Oh, the edge is repeated 2 times.
For NX draw underscore network X underscore edge labels line.
Yes.
After CM, after POS, there are 2 times of edge
Churchill.
underscore edge.
Yep, got it. Churchill, the line before last line, the line that has a squiggly red line. Yes, go to the right. The edge is repeated 2 times, not there. Go to the left.
Oh, okay.
Run now. Yep, it seems that you have it. Go, scroll down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so just work on this, add more edges, yes?
Yeah.
You just need
Thank
to
you.
add more edges. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Professor.
You're welcome. Thank you, whoever helped.
Professor, please let me share.
Go ahead, Eric, share.
This is what I have so far. I don't know.
So activity association class activity diagram is used to show the activity diagram? No. Let's look. So I'm just trying to make sense of your links. Use case diagram is used for modeling functional requirements. That's good. Use case diagram is not used for modeling. No, it's not used. So that's not a valid link. So you have to change that. Activity diagram is used for modeling. No, activity diagram is not used for modeling class diagram. Activity diagram is used for process modeling. So Eric, you have to work on the concepts that we've learned so far and try to connect them in a way that's meaningful. So you have these two, no, they're not related. Work sequence, activity diagram, oh, that's good. But activity diagram is on the left, work sequence is on the right. So change their order. Comma, delete the last comma. So is used to show, that's good. That's a good one. So you need more of those because it's logical, it makes sense, it's a complete statement. So use that as a model. But Eric, do you have work sequence as a node up there in line 11? Yes, you have it. Perfect. So Eric, this one is the only good one. Except for the first 2 that we did together. This is really good. So try to come up with more examples that read a complete sentence that's logical and is consistent with what we've learned. Keep this one, change the other ones, okay? But really good
Okay, so,
yes.
So this one, the label, I'm confused with that one. Activity diagram and domain modeling class diagram.
Yeah, they're not connected. You don't need to connect every two things. So I would say just change the edge. So see, let me when you have 8, let me share my whiteboard. So when you have your 8 to 10 concepts, not every 2 should be connected. I'm not going to connect every 2 of them. Just connect when it makes sense, okay? Connect when it makes sense. You don't have to have them all connected to each other. That's not the purpose. You have to come up with logical connection and a good label.
Okay.
So those 2 are not connected. Change the edge. So instead of connecting X to Y, that's not meaningful. Connect X to Z, or connect X to something else. So XY, as you have it, it's not a valid connection. Change one of the 2 sides and come up with a valid label. Anybody else wants to show one last example before we wrap up the class? No? Okay, I think everybody is able to debug right now. Case sensitive, parentheses, you don't have to have extra parentheses. I think those are the 2 things that they get you. Case sensitive is the first thing, because if you do something lower or uppercase and you use it somewhere else, it's going to give you error. So work on these. You have till Sunday at midnight. Go ahead, explore some of the Colab projects. There are so many machine learning projects you can explore. So when I introduce a source to you, do the work that I require of you and then do some extra work. So go see what other projects are available on Google Colab. And some of them are music creation using machine learning. Some of them are just neural networks doing image processing. So many good examples on there. As you noticed, the first time you log in, they show you a machine learning application. So this is a good platform. Get used to playing with it. I think everyone got a good hand of it. So just practice and do more so that you can get more confident. Any questions? All right. See me during office hours tomorrow, 2 to 3 p.m. if you had questions. Okay. Bye.